Hi, everyone. We are joined by Sip Montez, the strength and conditioning coach for Ryan Garcia for well over the last 6 years, fresh off of a huge career defining win against Devin Haney. Well, Sip, congratulations. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And like I said, I like to say more of a strength and explosive coach, because that's what we really work on is the explosive and that strength aspect. Conditioning, we get conditioning all day. So we do things a little different or say things a little different.
Absolutely. And explosive, Ryan looked indeed. Talk about a fantastic performance. One of the biggest upsets in recent boxing memory. Definitely a shocking result considering very few people outside of your team gave Ryan a shot to win this fight. Take me through it. What was this entire fight like?
Man, it was awesome. It was amazing. We had a strong camp. Once again, like I said, it just continues. We always say the weight room is the missing link for everything. The strength and explosiveness, because there's a lot of good trainers out there, boxing trainers, but there's not that many good strength and explosive coaches because they don't understand the concepts. There's a lot of guys who don't like to lift weights because they think you get slow. So they try to do calisthenics. But when you do calisthenics, you're really getting slow. So, there's a certain way, there's a certain formula that we have that just changes the game, like I said, and those are the ingredients to the formula.
What was in the fight? Take us through it. What did you see Ryan do specifically in the fight that was trained to a T in practice during training camp?
Man, well, like I said, Coach James, he worked on that left hook to the left uppercut. And man, once Ryan hit him in that first round with the left hook, he just took his soul from him. It was over. That changed the whole dynamic of the game. Haney wasn't doing his jabs like he does. He wasn't moving around. He was just trying to go for that kill, but you can't do that. You can't line up toe to toe in the middle of the ring with Ryan Garcia.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised Haney didn't really have a plan B in this one?
No, because like I said, I'm telling you, once you get hit, he is the strongest kid in any of those divisions. Sorry about that. Let me
Oh, you're good.
Let me put this on airplane mode, man. I'm old school. I'm old school, so I'm not used to this stuff. That's why I like staying behind the scenes because I'm an old school type of guy. I'm damn near 50 years old. My goal and mission in life is now to change these young men's lives, through training. But like I said, with that, man, once you feel that power, that strength that we have, Ryan Garcia is squatting 365 for reps.
Mm-hmm.
He's benching 225. You don't find that many guys doing this stuff. So like I said, when you hit power, when you build a house, you build it from the ground up. You build the foundation first. All these trainers out here are building from the roof first, going down, and there's no way that's going to work.
Mm-hmm. What were you working on during training camp to get Ryan ready for this fight? Because from the outside looking in, the world thought Ryan wasn't even training.
Yeah, we were grinding every day. We're so methodical with our grinding that, we train later on in the evening because the fights are at night. Someone once told me that boxers were dumb back in the day because they train in the morning. And we sat there and thought about it and said, you know what? Let's start training in the evening because all the fights are in the evening. Probably giving out too much information right now, but we changed the game with that years ago. And like I said, even the week of the fight, we were training damn near at midnight because we knew we were going to fight late because everything on the West Coast, we're 3 hours behind over here. So nothing gets started to 8:30 here in LA. So shoot, we were like, let's train later. So this way we'll be ready for the fight.
Mm-hmm. Everyone talks about Ryan's power, that left hook. What do you do to give Ryan that power or help him increase that power? Obviously, it's God-given as well, too, but you
right.
have a lot to do with it as well.
Right. So the God-given is his fast twitch fiber, right? He's naturally fast. So what we do is we enhance the quickness, we enhance the fast. I just put a post in the other day. I said, there's fast and then there's TNT fast. I said there's fast, there's strong, and then there's TNT strong. There's explosive and there's TNT explosive. So everything comes from power and force into the ground. Shit, Newton's law states that if you put power into something or force into something, what's going to happen? the force is going to apply back. So what we do is we put power and force into the ground, which is going to come back, and that force is going to, unfortunately, Devin Haney was the one in front of us, so that force into the ground was put onto him.
Mm-hmm. And of course, TNT, that's the gym that you're a part of in San Dimas, California. Been working with Ryan Garcia since 2018. Going into this fight against Devin Haney, were you guys just focusing on the power a lot more than perhaps some of the other things that Ryan brings to the table, knowing that Devin's chin has been questioned throughout the last few years?
Yeah, we keep everything the same. Every camp we keep it the same. Like we keep, meaning every camp we have a foundation. And I'm gonna put it out there. We do our squats, we do our deadlifts, we do our bench, we do our power cleans, we do our vertical jumps, we do our broad jumps, we do everything the same. But the thing about it is every camp we get stronger and stronger and stronger. Next camp, his little ass at 143, we'll be, or if he goes up to 147, shit, we'll be squatting 405 by the camp, because every year we get stronger and stronger. It's called progressive overload. So we just keep loading, we keep getting stronger. Everything is a breakdown, man. Everything is done by science. What we do in the weight room has 60 years of science behind it.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the 143 pounds. Did you guys know all along that was the plan going into this fight, to be at a certain weight?
Well, I don't know the plan. Like I said, he has his nutritionist and his chef. So, my job is to get him, like I said, strong and fast and explosive, and be in condition to go 12 rounds. And we always say we'll go 20 rounds. But whatever his plan is, like I said, the kid is a genius. He sits there and strategizes everything. It's crazy. Like I said, when I first met him, I'm the one who, said, I will work with you. And I don't do that often because, like I said, I just have a break. Sorry about that. My phone is going off.
Mm-hmm. With working with Derek James, what is that like as far as being a yin and a yang together?
Well, man, with Derek, it's kind of awesome, man, because, before I never really went to Ryan's trainings. The boxing coach is a boxing coach, and then I do my stuff later on in the evening. But like I said, when we first got with Derek, I would show up to the ring and show up to the gym because I wanted to see what he did with them. And then I would know what I need to do. And I said, it's just when we work together hand in hand and I see what he's doing, I see the movements and I see everything broken down. And then we just go and like I said, once again, enhance everything that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. How much has Derek James also been an X factor now that this was the second camp?
Well, it's good. He breaks down the other fighters. He knows exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. And then we just go from there. And like I said, the beautiful thing is, and this is what people don't understand, and this is why we laugh. It's like people are trying to do boxing movements in the gym, like as far as the strength and conditioning or, the training stuff. And we don't do that. There's no such thing as boxer strong, or there's no such thing as baseball strong, because I got MLB guys, we got NFL guys, we got Olympic ice skaters here. We have everything here in the gym in San Dimas. But the thing about it is, he's going to get his explosiveness, he's going to get his speed, and he's going to get that left hook fast by doing that movement in the gym with Derek James. So like I said, when we break it down, man, Derek and I, like I said, we're a great team. Everything he does, I do. Everything I do, he'll do. So it's just a great team all together.
Obviously, Derek James puts the game plan together. I'm sure you're aware of glimpses and pieces of that too, if not the entire thing. What was really the game plan going into this fight? Because Ryan said he wanted to bully the weight bully, and he ended up bullying him. What was really the game plan in this one?
Well, I said that was the game plan, to go on there, and that's why he said, give me my money. I give you your money. Give me my money. Meet me in the middle of the ring, because in the middle of the ring, once again, there's nobody stronger than him. Throughout these whole weight classes, there's no one in there. That's why everybody keeps talking about his power. Well, his power was generated right here in San Dimas, right here in the gym with our equipment, our specialty, and like I said, once again, the formula.
You were a part of Ryan throughout the entire camp. Obviously, we saw what he chose to show us, but you were there behind closed doors and got to see a side of Ryan that no one else did. Could you describe to us what was camp like and what was Ryan's level of focus during camp?
Well, like I said, every time he's with me, we're on point. Like I said, I've been there so long, you know, it's a nephew. I call him nephew. He calls me unc. You know, it's just one of those things that when our time is there, we're there. Like I said, everything else that he does, you know, whatever he decides to do or whatever he decides to post, I don't care about that because that's not what I do. I do what I do, and I get him strong and fast and explosive.
Mm-hmm. He's talked about moving up in weight now. How does that change how you train and coach him moving forward?
We just add more weight. That's going to be even scarier. Because I said, with his little ass doing all the weight that we do, and now to be able to put on, you know, 7 pounds or, you know, whatever we're going to put on, it's just going to be scary.
Mm-hmm. Do you think a rematch with Haney would be even scarier? Should Haney just be looking the other way at this point?
Yeah, at this point, like I said, I don't see it. Like I said, it was a beatdown. I mean, point blank, period. And like I said, if the ref didn't do all that extra shenanigans, it would have been over, you know, 7th round.
Mm-hmm. Rounds 2 through 5 were rather quiet. I think Ryan was probably processing and downloading what was in front of him. But were you guys as a team surprised how easy it was for Ryan as the fight unfolded?
No, I mean, like I said, once again, once he touched them that first round, he let them know that power. And I'm telling you, that changes the game for anybody. You know, it's just different.
Do you? I know Derek is part of the pads and the coaching and all that stuff. Have you felt Ryan's power firsthand?
No,
Mm-hmm.
no, I see it. I hear it. You know, I see him move things. I've been around him when he's done the challenges forever. But I said, I don't need to feel it because I see what we're doing in that weight room. You remember, everything translates from, you know, that power and the strength portion. And like I said, the way we train is always going to be, you know, like I say all the time, we're going to hit our fast twitch muscle. We're going to hit our slow twitch muscle. We're going to hit our slow twitch so heavy that we actually have to activate through our CNS, the fast twitch fibers.
Gotcha. I thought you might have done one of the body shot challenges back in the day and might have felt it firsthand.
No, he would. I don't want to hurt his hand.
A lot of people, I think Ryan's stock has grown so much with this win, and now there's actual debate on how he would do against the rest of the 140 pounders, 147 pounders. Tank Davis out of catch weight. How do you feel Ryan would do against someone like Tank at a catch weight that he's comfortable with?
I mean, I don't even think they would do it. You know, like I said, they had to bring him down to 130. I mean, there's a side-by-side picture out there now where they show Ryan when he fought Tank, and then they show Ryan when he fought Haney. I mean, he looked sick. He looked drained. His eyes were droopy. I mean, he didn't look good. And I was there for that camp. Like he said, he damn near killed himself to get to 136.
How hard was it for you to work with him that camp, considering the limitations you guys had?
Man, it was hard because I said every day we worked, man, he was drained. Like I said, it was, and the thing about it, the kid is he's so it's just his mindset is just he has to go. And even though he didn't have no gas in the tank, he was still going. And that's why he said he almost killed himself trying to get that weight, because he was going when he had nothing, no water, no food, and he was going 100 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. How do you think Ryan would do as a welterweight moving forward? It seems like that's the next step up. If in case he catches a catchweight fight that everyone's comfortable with in between, looks like the move to welterweight is done. He's talking Sebastian Fundora at 154 pounds, which is the height discrepancy is just another thing in itself there. As Ryan gets bigger, how do you like his chances against these bigger fighters? And what do you think is going to separate him from the rest of the class in these higher divisions?
Well, like I said, that the whole thing to get bigger, you know, that's always been a model for years, is the bigger, stronger, faster. So the bigger we get, the faster we're going to get and the stronger we're going to get. And like I said, once again, with that strength and being able to put more weight on them is going to be deadly.
Mm-hmm. Seems like I think Ryan also needs to have walk the straight line a little bit. He mentioned heavy alcohol consumption throughout camp. I'm sure that's something that you want him to stay away from. What would you like Ryan to improve on, just with whether it's the dedication, the approach? Just want to get your thoughts on how you would like him to improve on that front.
Well, when I get with him, because I said I see him 2 hours out the day, and when I get with him, he, like I said, there's nothing wrong. Like I said, the dedication is there, the work. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to understand, he has this confidence, right? Because this is what we do. This is what we do. Our motto is our confidence is key. You know, we got Ryan's been working out with NFL guys for years. I mean, there's a video of us with John Ross back in, I think, 2018, when he's doing the ladders, when John Ross was the fastest man in the NFL. You know, it's just like I said, that mindset that we have in here as athletes, as a former football player, as a former football strength and conditioning coach. I said, man, we're just different. You know, when we're sitting there on the side, I had NFL guys. I had Romeo Doubs FaceTiming me, you know, from the Green Bay Packers as soon as on the 7th round when he got dropped. You know, we're sitting there and we're in Haneys' corner, and I'm like, we train different. I'm showing everybody Romeo Doubs on his phone. I'm like, look, we got guys in the NFL calling us right now, you know, because this is what we do at TNT. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the stuff is different. We have some of the fastest guys in the NFL, some of the strongest guys out here. You know, we get kids faster. I do a lot of the NFL combine training, and we get kids faster in 8 weeks than they did, you know, six years in college, which is crazy. But like I said, we have a formula. And like I said, there's people out there trying to duplicate it, trying to do what we do, and they just don't know what it is, how we do it.
Mm-hmm. You obviously have a football background. Would you like to mention some of the players you've worked with throughout the years, some of the players in the NFL today as well?
Well, so we got like John Ross, D'Angelo Ross, Romeo Doubs, Mikey Wilson, Diamador Lenore, Darnay Holmes. That's it. And the list goes on, you know, and then our MLB guys. I mean, it's the same concept. We have MLB pitchers that went from 94 to 100 miles per hour. And that's Vince Velasquez from the Phillies. And he was like, man, what you did is the reason why I hit 100. You know, Agent DeHorta, when he was with the Angels, he went from 89 when he started with us and hitting 98 and striking out Justin Turner. You know, it's just one of those things. Once again, it's a fun. It's so this stuff is so easy. You know, people make it hard because they just don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And that's why Ryan says, I pay you so you don't train no one else. Mm-hmm. It's simple.
And so you don't work with anyone outside of Ryan in boxing?
I don't, but I do. You know, Ryan always, if anybody calls me up, like when Chris Arreola was getting ready to work out, I call Ryan up like, hey man, Chris wants to come through. Mark Castro, you know, he was Ryan's buddy. So I called him up, said, hey man, Mark Castro wants to come through. The Vargas brothers, you know, obviously now it's going to be a little different because, you know, Amado's fighting Sean, and I train both of them. So it's just going to be one of those things where I tell everybody I might train both. Shit, you know, when my son's a quarterback, he's a Division I quarterback at Fordham University in the Bronx. And growing up, shit, my wife used to be like, "Hey, tell the backup quarterback, hey, we have a gym," you know. And people are like, "Wait a minute, you're telling the backup quarterback to go?" And my wife's like, "Shit, well, it's about competition. Like if this kid gets better, our son has to continue to get better. We don't shy from nothing. We don't shy from no competition. We take all fades."
Let's talk about Ryan's development over the last 6 years, going from an 18-year-old building up to his man strength right now at the age of 25. What has that maturation process that you've overseen been like? Can you just describe it, being around athletes all day, just how Ryan can be compared to that?
Man, like I said, he's a great kid. He has a big heart, man. And it's just, you know, and now that, as you guys see, like he'll go bless, you know, people in the store with shoes, you know, but he had a big heart when he didn't have no money. You know, he would spend his last little dollars, you know, on someone else buying them some food. It's just now he's just, like I said, now he's on a bigger level and he helps more people out, you know, and that's a good thing about him is he has that big heart. And I think that's why he's so blessed, because he helps people out and he puts God first. So it's just one of those things, man, where I've seen him grow into a young man. And like I said, into a father. You know, when I met him, he didn't have no kids. Now he has, you know, he has 2 daughters and his little boy, little Henry. So it's just seeing him and then, you know, kind of guiding him how to be a better father because, you know, like I said, my older son, Ajay, he's always with them. And then, my younger son, CJ, even when we're in New York, he would leave the Bronx and came up a couple of times to hang out with Ryan, you know, and Ryan's just a great kid.
Mm-hmm. What is going to be your biggest takeaway memory from this fight years down the line? What's that one thing you're going to go back to as that's the moment?
man, just like I said, that first round, because we already knew once he felt that, we all said that once he feels that power, the game's gonna be over. It's a game changer. And it's for anybody. Once they feel his power, it's a wrap. And especially when he's not dehydrated, it's gonna be over.